Debate rules. Number 1, opponents are given a topic to debate. Number 2, opponents do not know topic until announced. Number 3, opponents have 30 seconds to prepare. Number 4, opponents have 1 minute each to debate. Number 5, opponents have 20 seconds each to restate opinion. Number 6, you, the viewers, decide the winner by commenting. Number 7, winner is announced before next debate.
This is our first debate on the Beakly News. Your topic is, should taxes be raised on the wealthy? Andrew, start us off.
Okay, I think that we should not raise taxes on the wealthy because if we would raise taxes, the wealthy can just move away. As soon as they hear that we're raising taxes, they're like, oh, well, why don't we just move away? And then the government keeps finding the wealthy, trying to find the wealthy of each group. And if the wealthy have already moved away, the poor become the wealthy because they're the most rich in this government or society. And they'll be taxed, and that's not good. And that's completely away from the point that they were already trying to solve there. And I don't think it's a good idea.
I say yes, because their tax rate, there's a whole loophole in the taxing system that capital is taxed less than labor. So like if I'm a CEO and I get paid in stocks, I'm only taxed at 18% if I hold it for, I believe it's a year. So I'm not saying they should be taxed incredibly more, but they should be taxed at least what the average are taxed. The average citizens are taxed, middle class. And if we tax them more, we have more funding to do things. And like certain people aren't paying taxes, and that's a problem because if you're going to use America and start a business here, I think you should pay taxes like everybody else. And another problem is lobbyism in our politics, to where they're writing new tax codes and getting tax breaks so they can't. And the problem with the flaw with Andrews is, if let's say they move and they let's say we're going to take our business elsewhere from America, the new businesses will come up, and then that's like new businesses can come up, and if they leave, then new people will start, and there'll be new businesses. And another thing is, it's not like they're just a little bit richer than us. They're so far away. Like I believe at one point, the top 6 richest men in the world owned more than 3.6 billion people. The top 6 richest people own more than almost the bottom half. Which there's going to be people that don't have enough food to eat, and people that have so much money they don't know what to do with it.
Yes, I do think that's partially true. But again, if you're like a billionaire, or millionaire, you can pay your way out of a lot of stuff, because no human is perfect, and a lot of people would accept bribes on different things. So the wealthy, even though, yes, they do own a lot of money in a capitalist society, that would, capitalism encourages people to work harder for more money. And that could also be like thinking differently, like with getting more, businesses. And so even though the rich, sometimes it gets passed down through like families, and they didn't even really work for it, they still have to keep up with that money, So if everybody else were to work as hard, I'm not saying that they work harder than us, but there would see a difference if we all tried to work to a better, to get more money, because that's what a capitalist society is.
In theory, but it's like now that the rich are climbing the ladder, the socioeconomic ladder, they're cutting the rungs as they go up. And we have so much inequality in our society's values are kind of strange, because teachers, they inspire students. If we didn't have teachers, nobody would know things, and new inventions and breakthroughs in modern medicine wouldn't happen. But yes, teachers make a lot less than a good stockbroker. Warren Buffett once said he paid a higher percentage in taxes than the secretary. Not more, but a higher percentage. How is that fair?
Well, I do see how you think it's not fair, and if they do pay lower taxes, it should be equal. Because I do agree with that. I forgot that you said that earlier. We should all pay the same amount of taxes, but it also depends on if you own rent houses or not. To where you have to pay the taxes of those. But we should all have like an equal base of tax amount, and then whatever you do kind of adds on to that, you know. But so no one should own or should pay tax less if they're richer. I do agree with that, but we can't just completely tax like a whole bunch on the rich. If we make it even, it'll slowly help over time, because that's a dramatic shift for our economy. If we were to just go tax on the rich for just like, you know, like they have to pay 100 or something like that, you know.
But like right now they're paying like 18%, and average Americans are paying more than that. So I see that as a problem. Like in the 60s, we taxed the rich at 90%, but they were still happy. They still stayed in America. But we had more money to do things, like maybe lower the cost for state universities and have better health care for people.
Oh yeah. So like I said earlier, this should be equal, but we shouldn't tax a whole bunch. Like I said earlier,
I know,
you
but
can't just tax a whole bunch on them.
But if I'm worth 80 billion and people tax me, and I'm getting taxed than someone that makes a lot less than me. If they took 40 billion away, they could spend that on so much stuff, and I would never notice.
Time. Now you have 20 seconds to each state your view.
So, do you want to go first?
You can go first.
So I believe that the wealthy should not be taxed more unless they are being taxed less than the average amount of a citizen, and because if we were to tax them a whole bunch more than the average citizen, they could move away, or they could
Okay, you have 1 or 2 seconds.
or it could be a dramatic shift on society or on our economy.
All right.
I think they
Jackson?
should be taxed the same or more than the average American, because it's like we separate our economy into tax brackets, and it's like it keeps going up, and then at some point it just drops. And I think they should pay more if they make so much more than us.
Okay.